Pokimane. It's not the first time we've talked about her on this channel, and by the way things are going, it probably won't be the last. I'm gonna try to keep this neutral because I think what people miss in these kind of commentary videos is that these people are still human. So despite the fact that they might do some things wrong here and there, it's important to treat them with respect. Specifically with Pokimane, I feel like she gets a lot more hate than she deserves, but I also think that the things we're going to talk about in this episode are pretty deserved. I'm not gonna pretend like you don't know who Pokimane is, so let's just jump straight into the video. Alright, so the first thing we have to talk about is that people are apparently calling Pokimane a snake, saying that she's two-faced, acts one way with her friends and another way in private conversations. So let's talk about what actually happened. XQC, which is biggest streamer on the platform, recently made a deal with the streaming platform Kick. This deal was for over $100 million to transfer over from Twitch to Kick. This was not an exclusive deal. He can still stream on other platforms, but that was the deal that he took. Now, Pokimane had some things to say about that. She essentially sat there and acted as though the deal that XQC took was one that she wouldn't have. She said she has enough money and that even if they came to her with that kind of deal, she would refuse it because Kick is not that great a website. It promotes all these bad things, yada, yada, yada.
And it's not because I got like $10 million. It's just because I'm good as I am.
Then when she was talking to XQC on a Discord call, she kind of made a 180 and decided to instead congratulate him and say that it was a great opportunity.
For starters, congrats on your deal.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
$1 billion.
That's right.
Triple trillionaire.
Yeah, it's a T. I'm getting a whole, I'm getting like a sweater made. It's like a big T.
Not only that, but Valkyrie, one of Pokimane's friends, stated that when she had publicly congratulated him for his deal, Pokimane messaged her in private and announced her disapproval.
I tweeted, congrats to XQC and Kick, because I think it's like a win-win situation for both parties. And she reached out and she was like, I was kind of surprised that you were publicly supporting it.
Some people speculate that Pokimane was just really jealous of XQC, being that she is the female face of Twitch, that she wasn't the one given the deal for 100 million. However, that is speculation. That might not entirely be true, and she might have other reasons for what she thinks. But in general, it's just not a really good look. The second point is a bit of a misunderstanding that happened between XQC and Pokimane, and it kind of brings up a little bit of her past problems that I talked about in my first episode, which is this entitled snobby attitude. So XQC as a streamer has a very thick French-Canadian accent, and he talks very fast, which means it's very difficult to understand what he's saying half of the time. Which means when he's speaking to somebody, sometimes he'll ask if they understand what he said or if they understand certain words, because either he doesn't understand them or doesn't know if they do. So in a recent live stream, they were talking about roadmaps, and he said this.
Yeah, you know something called like a roadmap? You know, there's a roadmap when there's a game that really makes updates. They have a content roadmap. You know what that means?
Yes, they're plans as
Yeah,
a company.
a roadmap,
I know what a roadmap is.
Right.
I've co-founded 2 companies off this.
Okay, so
In fairness to Pokimane, this could have been an attempt at a certain kind of joke, like saying, haha, yes, I know what a roadmap is, but it just came across in an incorrect way. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that that might have been what it was, but she also kind of looked offended, which doesn't really help with the whole joke theory. Now here's one that's painfully repetitive, and there's no excuse on Poki's end. So in the aftermath of this whole drama, she got a lot of hate from Twitch and on YouTube, and the way she went about addressing it was just absolutely horrible. She essentially went live and blamed all of the hate that she was getting on misogyny and the fact that she was a woman, and it was all men doing it, and it was this whole big thing. She was also talking about how women on the platform don't feel safe, and that Pokimane is this kind of icon about how women are oppressed on the platform. In summary, she just kind of blamed it all on misogyny. Now, the problem with that is that one of the people calling her out for her hypocritical attitude in the aftermath of this drama was in fact a woman by the name of MewKitty. And Pokimane's response to her was horrible. She essentially tweeted out saying that Pokimane was a bully, and Pokimane responded by calling her a pick-me girl. You just can't make it up these days. It's horribly hypocritical and completely invalidates Pokimane's entire stance on the whole misogyny claim from before. And I think that it's the fault of Pokimane and women like Pokimane on the platform as to why women are treated so terribly on the platform, because there's really only two camps, and men and women have constantly been at opposing sides on Twitch. If you support a woman who's going through some kind of dramatic thing and you're a male, you're called a simp. If you're against a woman going through something negative on Twitch and you're a woman, you're called a pick-me girl. Again, the whole situation is just really repetitive, and I think we've been here countless times before, and everybody's a little bit sick of it at this point. I think Pokimane gets a lot more hate than she should, but she also should learn to not act this way, because it seems like a trend. But anyways, that more or less is the situation to my knowledge. If you know any other things that have happened between now and the time this drama went live, then comment it below. If you enjoyed this video, then like and subscribe. It helps me know that you enjoy this kind of content from me. As I've said before, a new schedule for uploading is taking into effect, which will be every Tuesday and Friday. Free Games Fridays taking place on Fridays, and a regular upload of varying category will be taking place on Tuesdays. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Night night.